What's up, Internet? Well, Jeff and Mario here. We are a little bit more than halfway through WandaVision, and it was a slow burn, like a roller coaster. But then,
It's moving now, man.
all right, now we're moving.
Yeah.
Now we're moving. We're going all over the place like a roller coaster, and we're not entirely sure they answered the small questions they set up, but of course, like any good storyteller, they added bigger questions on top of the smaller answers they gave us in the beginning.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So here's the question I have for you. Who's a baby face and who's a heel in this show? Some of them pretty straightforward, pretty clear.
Right.
Some of them, you got the Leonardo DiCaprio meme.
Yeah.
We're not sure if this. So I thought it would be fun if you and I go through WandaVision characters and say heel, baby face.
Okay, let's do that. Yeah, I like it. Let's do it.
All right, let's do it. All right, let me pull up my notes here. We don't have the Joe Rogan podcast. I'm Jamie as well, right? So let's just do that. All right, first up, and you would think this is a no-brainer, but it's not. Wanda Maximoff. Ooh. Is she a heel or a baby face?
That's probably the biggest question of the show, isn't it? I'm not sure.
We're starting off huge right out of the gate.
I mean,
look, in the beginning, look, the last time we saw her, she was a fucking badass, right? She was handling Thanos by herself.
Right. And you forget about that she was toe to toe with Thanos.
Yeah, with no problem when she fired up. And then we saw her, with Hawkeye at the end, and she had a moment, and then all of a sudden the next time we see her, we're starting off, obviously WandaVision, it's had the sitcom build, right? The 50s, right. The 60s, 70s, 80s. We ended with the 90s this last week.
Yeah.
So we just saw her pulling in. So we just assumed everything was fine because obviously in the 50s, everything was fine, right? Everybody was happy, but as time went on, she started doing a little heel stuff. And in the 70s episode, that's when she was like, she had a moment with Monica Rambeau, Geraldine in there. And she just basically, she had to leave, but she had a very sinister look on her face.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I mean, it's hard to say. I think that, like I said, that's one of the biggest questions of the show right now, whether she's a face or a heel. If I had to choose, I'm kind of leaning towards heel. I think MCU's just rebooted. We're getting new stuff, new films, and I feel like she might be a heel of the MCU going forward.
And look, she would be a big heel.
Yeah.
She would be a huge heel.
The thing is, she's so powerful. We haven't seen the limits of her power yet. She's got a lot of potential. I like her so much. She had a badass moment in Infinity War, great moments in Endgame. I think she's going to make the turn. I think it's a swerve. And she's going to be a baby face. Oh,
that's what
really?
I'm voting for. Yeah, okay. I think it's going to be a swerve. I think somehow, we don't know yet, but it's going to be a swerve because she's just too badass to have that. I don't know. I don't want to know if I want to have that Buffy moment where one of the Scooby Gang was a heel for a season and goes back to a baby. I don't know. I want her to be a baby, so that's what I'm voting for. All right. Next up, Vision. Pretty straightforward, right? He's a baby.
Babyface.
Right? Yeah. The synthezoid, he's just like, he was able to hold, Thor's hammer. Too pure.
He is, by his programming, incapable of being a heel.
Right? Yeah, I don't think it's in his there. Yeah. Even though he has a little bit of Ultron in him.
He does.
I just don't think he can be a heel. But, it could be argued, and that could be a whole nother show that, in a way, maybe Ultron was a baby face. Maybe he saw the impurity. So maybe, but yeah, you're absolutely right. I think he's 100%. He's a baby face. All right. Next up, Geraldine, Monica Rambeau. I think that's also pretty straightforward, right?
I think so. She's baby face.
She has the sympathetic moment. Her mom died. She was part of the snapping. She came back on the blip.
You're instantly sympathetic for her for coming back from the blip, and her mom is gone, and she missed the opportunity to say goodbye to her mom, and I think she's clearly a baby face.
I'm going with you on baby face. All right, next up, this is a little tougher. I'm going to throw you another curveball.
All right,
Agnes, everybody's favorite witch, Catherine Hahn. She's doing phenomenal job. She's doing a phenomenal, dude. She's hot. I'm sorry, I'm saying it.
Yeah.
I mean, in that '90s episode when she had in her Malcolm when she's bending over at the oven, I was like, oh, Agnes was like, ooh, witchy woman. I was digging it, but This is tough, though. This is tough. I don't know.
I think, yeah, it's hard to know, but I do have. I think that she's a little bit. I don't know how you would frame this, but I think she's a little bit of an anti-hero. I feel like she's the one who is going to seem like she's a straight up heel, but she's got a good streak in her. So I'm not sure. I guess maybe a bit of a Stone Cold, where she's got a dark center, but I feel like all in all, she's going to be a babyface.
Yeah. Yeah. I would have voted heel for a little while, but then in this last episode, she had a moment where it's just like, oh, well, maybe she's, because Vision kind of snapped her out of it in the 90s episode. And she's like, oh, what am I doing here? Are you okay? Am I dead? Because you're dead. And then but then she went heel and she's like, dead, dead. But then before that, she was like, oh, you're here to help us.
Yeah. I just think that I feel that like the way that she is being portrayed as the neighbor, she's a constant character in all the seasons. You see, she's never not been in the opening credits of the show, right? Of the WandaVision, whether 50s, 60s, 70s, she's always in it. She's an important part of the film family,
Oh yeah.
I don't think she's going to be a straight up heel. They wouldn't have her so close to the main story if she was a bad guy.
And she's easily whatever character. If she's the Agatha Harkness, like people are rumored. Yeah. I think she can get her own show. I mean, I like her that much.
She's great. Not to mention, in another universe, she's also Doc Ock.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yes.
Oh, you're absolutely right. Yeah, I'm going. I like it. Anti-hero. We'll throw that in there. We'll accept that.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna ball these next two together because they're the new dynamic duo. They also want to have their own spin-off show. Obviously, Jimmy Woo and Darcy Lewis, Kat Dennings, Randall Park. They're phenomenal together.
The internet is going to be begging for them to kiss soon.
Oh my God. Yeah. I agree. They're just so good. They both came in like super hot, playing their gimmicks. And
then in season 6, you get to see Jimmy Woo kick some ass.
Yeah, that's right. It's just like we did not see that coming at all.
Yeah,
it's just like,
he's also a badass. Who knew?
Yeah, he's just who knew that. I mean, we knew he was a magician, so I would have been cool if he was just like, look over here, boom, if he would have used like some of his magic tricks to do that. But I think it's fine. It did the trick. They were great together. They're a pivotal part of the show. Obviously, they're part of the show that's not part of the sitcom inside.
Right.
What do we call it? We're going to calling it the Hex? Or are we going to go with the Maximoff anomaly? I like the Hex.
I think the Hex is pretty clean.
Yeah, let's go with the Hex.
One syllable. Let's do it.
Yeah. They're not part of the Hex. Well, actually, no, but Darcy kind of got pulled.
She got pulled in at the end of that one.
At this moment, we don't know what happens to that at that moment, but she is now in the Hex. But before
which I think makes her a wild card, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
We don't know. I think Agent Woo is definitely a clear babyface, but now Darcy, we're not sure what could happen.
Yeah, something could change. And if they're going by timeline, this next episode is going to be the early 2000 and 2010. So I expect that Modern Family vibe in there.
Yeah.
So it's just like what portion is she going to fit into that?
Yeah.
We don't know, but it was great because obviously, what a great episode this Malcolm in the Middle episode was so good when they basically turned all those agents into clowns. They basically turned it into a fucking circus.
What about the yogurt ad, man?
Oh my God!
Survival. What is it called? Yogurt magic.
Oh my God! Yes. Oh fuck! I forgot the name. But
it's got that. The kid never is ever able to open the package of yogurt and starves to death.
Yeah, and he died. He died. But it's like, man, it's just like hearing that commercial. It sounded like I can taste '90s yogurt.
Yeah.
I can taste all that weird food coloring in my mouth watching that commercial. It's just like it was so good. So, but speaking on that. The same that was the first time we didn't have the same couple in that commercial.
Right, but we had Petro, right? Petro was the shark.
Yeah, that's right. So it's just like, do you think they're with the commercial heel babyface, or is that just fan service? I don't know. I'm leaning towards that they're going to play a little bit a pivotal role, but I don't know.
Well, I've heard one theory that the the commercials are going to end up representing each of the Infinity Stones. It's
Oh, I
eventually.
did see that.
Yeah.
Yes, right.
So
Because
I'm
it's
not sure if that's the case, but like that's an interesting theory. But I think in the end, they're probably babyface because they just. I don't think they're going to turn against anyone. It's just some sort of
no.
information that is being squeezed out in commercial form.
Yeah, it's going to be tough in there to find out who's the heel inside the hex because I think it's a little more clear who's the heel outside the hex.
Yeah.
And speaking of outside the hex, the next up of heel and babyface is Josh Stamberg, director Hayward. He started off, there's just like, welcome back, Monica Rambeau. But then slowly this guy became a dick.
Yeah.
He became a dick.
Yeah.
It's like they snuck a drone in there. He snuck a missile in there.
Right.
He basically in this last episode, he kicked all of them out. Like he clearly has an agenda.
Yeah.
And I think this guy, he screams heel.
He
I'm
does.
going with heel on this one.
He does. But is that is it a little bit overplayed? It seems a little obvious. Okay.
It does.
Okay.
Right?
It just seems it's like right there. And it's a very obvious build to him being, okay, no, I'm actually a big bad. You know what I mean? I'm someone else. I'm something bigger. It just seems a bit obvious, but I don't know. Maybe Marvel's just playing it down the line.
I don't know. It was just like, it just had that Die Hard moment. It's just like, you're going to need new sword agents, at the end of this last episode.
Yeah.
Like, is he going to get wiped out? So, yeah, we'll see. But it could be obvious. I'm still leaning towards heel, even if he's an inadvertent heel, helping the ultimate, the big bad heel that we don't know who it is yet. All right. Next up, let's do Billy and Tommy Maximoff. We don't even know if they're real or if they're part of like a figment of the Hex imagination. We saw them as babies. Then they went up to little kids. Now they're in the 10-year-olds. And this last episode, the speedster, the Wiccan, they got their powers.
Yeah. But
it's just like, they seem like they're a little bit aware that something is afoot in Westview.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm not sure. That's definitely one. I'm not totally sold on. I'm leaning babyface though. They seem pretty. They seem pretty young and innocent. They seem more mischievous than evil. They're just troublemaking kids. But I'm leaning towards babyface.
Yeah, I honestly I think that they are even if they weren't born vaginally, they were born through her magic.
Yeah.
But I think that they are going to I think they're here to stay. Yeah. I think somehow, no matter what happens, they're going to survive outside the Hex, and they are going to become Young Avengers.
Probably, right? I feel like they're queuing that up. What is it? Ant-Man has a daughter. Hawkeye has a daughter. They're sort of like setting up the Young Avengers as they're going.
Yeah, I mean, is this going to be like Muppet Babies of like?
I mean, if it's half as good as
Ball, because it wasn't very clear. Obviously, it broke the internet. When this happened, Pietro Maximoff, no longer Aaron Taylor Johnson, played by Evan Peters, the X-Men Pietro, and it's just like last week, he's just like he kind of came in hot doing the '80s, hanging out on the couch, and then he was a great part of this '90s episode, but he kind of started off hot, like making fun of Vision, who's the popsicle, and then next week he's like Bro Hammond Law, making fun of his costume. Are you a stoplight? Are you a booger? Are you shucked corn?
I love how he had the Uncle Jesse leather jacket when he arrived.
He did, yes, he did. He's just like, and the kids were like, he even snores cool. It's just like that was so like '90s. It's just like I can't stress enough how he was perfect to introduce into this episode. It's just like, he was just a great part, but he just did a few things that is just like. Because we're not still 100% sure if he's actually the real Pietro Maximoff. We don't know.
Right.
Just like, all we had was Darcy saying she recast Pietro, but we don't know. She did say, I'm not doing that when the doorbell rang. And that's when he showed up. And she said she wasn't doing it.
Yeah.
And then he had a few few moments in this episode where we had a few jump scares again, right? He was standing behind her, made a sinister face. She screamed. She also saw him with the bullet hose, kind of went zombie.
Right.
And then he made a comment that says, "What, is your dead husband going to die twice?" And she shot him in the chest with the red gibbly goo.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't want him to be a heel. And I think ultimately he's going to be baby because he plays Quicksilver too good. So I'm leaning towards babyface, even though they're trying to pull us into him being a heel. What do you think?
I think that You will be sorely disappointed because I think he's clearly a heel.
Oh, really?
I do.
All right.
I think he's very clearly representing. Well, here's the thing. I think Wanda is going to be heel. Also, so I think her brother also will be the one to pull her over to that other side. Hey, come to this side, and you have everything you want. You have everybody back. I'm here. Your bro's here. I think they're both going to be heels.
Come to the dark side. We have cookies.
Exactly.
Right? It's just like he's going to do it. Yeah. And look, they were heels in Age of Ultron.
That's the thing. They've always been heels. Okay.
Right.
I think this has been Wanda's babyface run, and she's about to turn back.
Yes, she's about to turn back. It's very possible. All right. And I believe like the rest of the people, because he kind of hinted he knows something that's going on in that as well. He's just like, how'd you do that? Like, where'd you hide the kids? And that tells me pretty much everybody else in the town is probably a baby face that are just basically they're under her control.
Yeah.
Right?
I agree.
A few more glitches.
Yeah.
But I think, should we do one more? I think you got one more. We were talking about this a little bit. Maybe this is a surprise.
Oh yeah.
Swerve.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if this is going to be the rumored cameo. Was Quicksilver the rumored cameo, or is it going to be this? Because they kept alluding to another character, right?
Wait, which one are you talking about?
Carol Danvers.
Oh wait. Okay, yeah, gotcha.
Right. So yes, Captain Marvel.
Is Captain Marvel a face or a heel? They don't seem to like her very much.
No, because I think it's pretty clear that Monica Rambeau is a baby face, right?
Yes.
It's pretty clear. And the two times that they brought her up, you can tell that she got very uncomfortable. And the last time we saw them together, Monica was a little girl and they were, she was with, Captain Marvel was with her mom, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if she's Photon, but yeah, they were together.
Right.
So what happened in between this time? Because I mean, obviously, Monica Rambeau was gone for 5 years because she was snapped out of existence.
Right.
But so that means, Captain Marvel was there when her mom died?
Yeah.
Like, what happened here?
Dude, I think it has something to do with, if you remember, Agent Hayward said something about, they were talking about Captain Marvel, and then he says, the rest of you don't know what it was like when you were gone. And it's almost like he lumped that together. And if you remember in Endgame, when they're sort of like doling out work and assignments or whatever, Captain Marvel is the one who's like too busy to help Earth.
Oh,
remember that?
Right.
Remember that? Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember that. And it's just like, Rocket Raccoon was kind of trolling her for her haircut because she's just like, oh, you got time to get your hair done in space, but you don't have time to help us protect the planet. That's my Rocket. But yeah. So and look. Brie Larson, she's a little bit of a heel on Twitter, right?
I know, that's the thing, right?
So I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. Does she have that I'm holier than thou? Does she have that absolute power corrupts absolutely going on? That it's just like she's like, look, I'm tired of helping you people. Yeah. Is she gonna go heel? But what is Monica holding against her? I don't know. But it's just like, man, I'm still leaning towards babyface just because it says Marvel in her name. And it's just like, can you have Marvel as the heel? I don't know. It's just like, are they going to do some kind of switcheroo?
Yeah.
Right? Like you were talking about this earlier. It's just like, now that clearly the X-Men universe is crossing over in some way, shape, or form.
Right.
Are they going to have Rogue come over, suck all of Captain Marvel's powers over, kind of like they did Phoenix, when Jean Grey and she took that? Is there going to be a power suck?
Yeah.
And we're going to have a new Captain Marvel?
Why not?
Yeah, I don't know. I could just tell you the ultimate babyface in this whole story is Kevin Feige.
Yeah, it's true.
He's just hitting out. Look,
dude. Yeah, I mean, the beginning of the season, like you said, it was really slow and kind of frustrating. And you're like, it looked cool, it sounded, everything was cool about it, but like, give me more. And now you still have that wanting more feeling, but they're giving you a lot every episode. And you're just like,
they are. And it's just like, now, if you ball it all together, it's, give or take 5-6 hour type movie.
Yeah.
And they have that, that first act is basically that whole sitcom. And I feel like they did a really good job, the 50s, 60s, and 70s, addressing all the stuff, the questions that they brought up for that, and just like there, but then added to those questions.
Right.
And I saw a lot of interviews like try to be patient. And look, I even recommended it to some people, and some people are like, oh, it's good. They enjoyed it because they enjoyed like the nostalgia part of it. But once you got past the 70s and they spilled what's happening, and they're definitely 3, 6, 9 episodes. first three, first act, second three, second act,
Yeah.
third three are clearly going to be the last act.
Yeah, I think the next three are going to be huge.
I think so.
I think they're about to blow that whole budget on this next 3 episodes.
Yeah, exactly. Which it's going to make out because, obviously the credits are 10 minutes long. So it's just like, it's just like, I saw a great gif of, the clowns just like, this is me watching all the credits, just in case, because we're trained for those stingers.
Yeah.
At that point. So
yeah. Well, here's the thing, in the final episode, there's going to be the stinger.
Yeah. Oh, there has to be, right?
Yeah. It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
I mean, they're coming off too. It's just like they're going to be following up with the next Spider-Man and Doctor Strange.
Right.
So I think it's going to be good. There's a rumor of a great cameo, but it's just so great to have Marvel content back in our life.
Wait, I got one bonus one. All
right. Yeah. Listen. Yeah.
Okay. Dottie.
Yes. Dottie.
Face or heel?
Yes. So, obviously Emma Caulfield's in the news right now and just calling out Josh Whedon, just for some stuff. That's a whole nother show. But
yeah,
I still see her in the Buffy Angel verse, as that demon. So I want to lean towards that she's a heel, right? Because she even came off as kind of, she's kind of cunty. She's kind of bitchy in this.
Yeah.
So just like in this. So I'm leaning towards she's a heel. I think she's a heel.
I am getting the vibe I'm getting, okay, is a very much sort of a Royal Rumble vibe, okay? She came out early, had an altercation, and just sort of fell off to the side and is under the ring, maybe, I'm not sure, but it's just sort of out of view, but you forgot that she was never eliminated, okay?
No, she wasn't.
So
You're
I
right.
think that but I think her sort of like heel intro was a little obvious. I'm not sure, but I don't know. I feel like she's gonna. I can't place whether or not she'll be babyface or heel, but I feel she's gonna do a late run in. You forgot that I was still in this match.
Yeah, I agree 100%. If the big bad has been in front of our face the whole time, it's gonna probably be Dottie.
Yeah,
I think Agnes is a little too obvious, and I think Director Hayward, like you said, is a little too set up as well. Dottie's going to come in very similar, just like babyface is going to raise her hand. Dottie's going to come in and try to throw him over the top. Maybe she's going to be here. Because look, there's the rumors it's Nightmare. There's the rumors it's Mephisto. But they never said in 2021, she didn't have any pronouns in her Twitter, right? So it's just like Mephisto or Nightmare. They could be females in this. And it's just like, is that going to be okay? I mean, look.
And didn't you say their IMDb listing was weird?
It is, yeah. There's definitely it was a little bit hidden, right? If you go back, if we compare it to like Mandalorian, right? The Mark Hamill stuff was a little hidden. The Evan Peters stuff started to come out, but like if there's a rumor of another cameo, it's not in there. But yeah, the Dottie one is just not. It's not prominent like the other ones.
Yeah,
and that's usually like, look, they know that.
And Agnes told her that you need to get in with Dottie. You need to get in good with Dottie if you want to get anything in this neighborhood.
Yeah, I agree that she could be let's call it, she could be the ultimate heel.
She could be. She could be the ultimate heel.
She could be. So what do you guys think? Who's the biggest heel? Who's the biggest babyface in WandaVision? Obviously, we're going to find out more, but let us know. Let us know in the comments. Who do you think is the biggest babyface or heel? And don't forget to hit like or subscribe. And that's it for us. So we'll see you next time.